Hello, this is your astrological overview for Leo season. Leo season begins at the end of July and goes through most of August. It is a fixed fire time, which corresponds great with us in the northern hemisphere as it's right in the height of the summer and it's right in the middle of the hottest time. So, this fixed fire sign is very much has to do with physicality and activity and transformation. And Leo, some of the characteristics of Leo very much have to do with drama and self expression, performance, things relating to the ego. These are all very much Leo elements or Leo characteristics, as well as very, very playful and maybe even childlike. The sun is what rules Leo, and the sun corresponds to our third chakra. So, third chakra work is what we want to focus on during this time. And that is just third center is right here at our solar plexus, right below our diaphragm. And this area and this energy center has all to do with cultivating our personal power and courage and healing and acknowledging any issues of worthiness or self confidence, self esteem, or not enoughness. So, all of these things we can all relate to. The most important thing is to acknowledge, heal, and then really focus on tapping into your personal power, acknowledging the places or the spaces where you may be giving your power away, where you can take your power back, and tapping into your courage, right? As we know that it's not just about avoiding fear or removing fear out of our lives or living quote unquote fearlessly. It is actually acknowledging the fear and moving through it is the only way to really transcend it, and that requires a lot of courage. So courage is a huge theme during Leo season that I always love to emphasize. There is the 6 different types of courage with mantras that I love to talk about during Leo season or anytime we're doing third chakra work. Some tips for exercise and self-care would be to continue to exercise as actively and as frequently as possible. So like I said, we are in the height of the heat in here in the northern hemisphere, at least, and it's nice to continue to use that heat, continue to use this energy to and align with it, because heat is something that is we want to welcome. That's very detoxifying. Third chakra work really has to do with kind of this detoxification element of the internal as far as our digestive system. So making sure that we are continuing with our activity levels, even if it has something, even if it means doing things in the water, to stay cool if you're not a heat person, or if you are in the southern hemisphere, then doing things like going into the sauna, of course, hot tubs, hot springs, steam rooms, right? These are all things that help kind of align us with this heat and fire element of Leo season. Other things to do with self-care and exercise is to start shifting your focus on strengthening your core. So it's a great time, it's a great excuse, great reason, great opportunity to do that core work that that we always promise ourselves that we're going to do, right? Because it's not just about strengthening, having a strong core or having strong abs, or, even though that is ultimately very, very important, as so many of us are afflicted with low back issues. And if we had stronger cores, that would definitely help support. However, also because the third chakra work, the core work, really has to do with being in touch with our center. So, you know, that feeling that you get after maybe a core class or maybe a workout class where you feel your abdominals, where you feel the center of your body. It's so good for you to acknowledge and to feel the center of your body in a feeling of power, right? Not just like a feeling of like, oh, I'm so full, I ate so much food, or a feeling of, oh, I wish this extra belly wasn't there, but actually feeling the muscles in the center of your body, feeling them be strong, feeling them be a little bit sore and tender, is just tapping us back into activating that third chakra, right? Which is what we do during Leo season, what we really want to focus on during Leo season. If you do yoga, of course, do yoga practices that focus on core work or extra core work or Uddiyana Bandha, maintaining that pulling in and up of the navel. Of course, doing all of your exercises, including yoga, on as empty of a stomach as possible, and making sure that that it's heat building. The practice is heat building, whether it's yoga or whether or not you are doing other types of workouts. And obviously, it probably will be heat building, but don't be afraid to even take it up a notch. There's lots of energy, there's lots of fire here, and we just kind of want to take advantage and align with it and go for it. Some tips for as far as what to eat, your diet and nutrition, I would say keep it all really, really light. Think about this Leo season as almost like, an Aries season when it's a great time to do a spring cleanse. If you want to do a summer cleanse, if you cleanse every 3 months or so, it's a great time to do that. It is time to be eating light, maybe smaller, lighter meals, very cooling, very hydrating foods would be recommended. And avoiding the larger, heavier meals, and again, just staying active, eating light, eating, staying cool and hydrating with your foods, and kind of consider the season to be like a season of detoxification with through the heat, right? Detoxification for transformation, right? So heat is that transforming element that we also want to embrace. I think that is it for Leo season. I will see you in the next video for Virgo season.